hiya honeys, welcome back to my spooky little corner. For those who don't know me, I am Lady Mylita and I bid you welcome. I'm so glad to have you all back today. Today we're going to play with another one of my new palettes from my Sephora haul. We're getting close to being done all them. Yay! So I thought we'd play with another one and see what look we can come up with. So today we're going to play with the Huda Beauty Mercury Retrograde palette. Now I think this palette is actually quite versatile. It does have those beautiful pops of color, but there is a lot of neutral shades in this palette, which is fantastic. You can do your colorful bold looks or you can do a nice neutral look. And today I was thinking, let's do a nice neutral look because we have been using a lot of color lately. So I thought for those of you out there in my little world that are a little more afraid of color and afraid to use it, I thought, well, let's try a nice light neutral look for anybody out there. And we'll use this beautiful palette to do it. So if that sounds like something you'd like to learn and watch, please stay tuned and let's dive in. All right, my darklings, and we're back. I've already primed my eyes to get started. And today for primer on the eyes, we're using my Magic Star Concealer from Jeffree Star Cosmetics in color C4. Okay, so now that that's all done, let's get into this palette and talk about some of these colors. So, as I've said, it does have a bit of neutral tones, but it does have some pops of color, but I'm going to stay away from color today. It's a little difficult. I do like my color, but we're going to do neutral. I've also noticed with this palette, it has two different kind of glitter formulas. It has like a nice chunky glitter formula and then like a milder one. And there's a few. There's like the two of these kind of chunky ones. This one here and this one here. That one is Supermoon and this one is Gold Glitch. Gold Glitch and Supermoon. And they're kind of more of like a thicker glitter. So we'll definitely get into those two. And then we have like a lighter glitter. And then that one there's a bit of a thicker glitter too. But we have lots of colors to choose from. So I don't think we're going to have any problems getting a nice neutral kind of look out today. So I think I'm going to start with this color right here, and it is called Utopia, and I'm just going to plunk that into my crease line, and we'll start there. And just to start, we're going to use our e.l.f. cosmetic brushes today, and this is the eye blending brush. As we know, e.l.f. tends to be my favorite for makeup brushes. They're inexpensive and work amazing. So, okay, so there's that color Utopia on the brush. It coats the brush quite nicely. And we're just going to plop this right in the crease. It's definitely like a peachy pink kind of color. Definitely a little more on the pink side than what it looks like in the palette though. But we can still make this work. Okay. That's going on quite nicely. I'm not dipping into the color very much, and I'm getting quite good saturation of the pigment. She is packing on quite nicely, but a little more pink than what I was hoping for. I was hoping more for a peach, but that's that first color laid down. So to blend out that color, because it is, I'm going to go into this Momentum here, and she's a really light, kind of like light bony beige, and we're going to probably bring that right up into the eyebrow. Let's make sure. Okay, so I'm just going to grab another one of my e.l.f. blending brushes. This is a clean one though, and we're going to dip into this Momentum shade. So let's show you how that looks. There is a bit of kick out, but again, we shouldn't worry about kick out really. I know a lot of people do, but they're eyeshadows. They're pressed powders. In order to get any use, you're going to have a bit of fallout or you're not going to get the color you want to put on your eyelids. So something to think about. All right, so let's just put this in and we're going to blend out this peach. And I'm probably going to take this color right up. I think we're going to end up more of a peachy tone today than what I was anticipating. I was anticipating more darker, like browns, but so far it looks kind of peachy on the eyes, but I like peaches. Peaches are actually one of my favorites for neutral daytime wear, so I'm not mad. But there we go, that's all blended. Now let's see, what color are we going to go? Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a smaller little brush. This is a e.l.f. eye crease brush. It's very similar to the one we use. It's just a bit of a smaller tip. And I am going to take this color right here called Karma. And I'm going to put that in the bottom corner. And I'm going to put this color in the outer corner and blended it up into my crease. So there she is on the brush. So I'm just going to start her down here. Kind of blend it up a little bit into the crease just to deepen it. Okay, so there's that color laid down. And then I want to take just a bit more of that color. We use that Utopia and just blend it out a bit more. So I'm just going to pop some of that on. Just kind of blend it. Make it seamless. We like seamlessness here. And then I'm just going to take that brush with that Momentum shade. I'm not going to add any extra, but I'm just going to blend that a bit just to make sure we got a really nice, almost color gradient. Might need a touch more right in here though. Just to get that nice color all the way up. Okay, so that's that so far. And now I'm not gonna cut the crease. I'm not gonna cut the crease. And we're just gonna add some glitter into that inner corner. And I'm gonna pick the shade, this Galaxy here. It kind of looks similar to the tone color. And again, I'm just gonna take one of my nice flat brushes and I'm gonna hit it with setting spray, because this is how I always apply glitter shades to my eyes, just to test it to see how it works. So for setting spray today, we're using the All Nighter by Urban Decay in the scent Honey. I'm gonna give that a bit of a dry. Okay, so let's see how this goes. I think that will be the nicest shade to go with what we've got going on here. It looks similar in kind of tone. All right. And so here we go. I find these glitter shades of Huda Beauty, now that we've used two of these palettes, this one and the mint, the Pastel Mint Obsession one, their glitters are very, very soft. And I notice when I am picking it up. I can see like in the pan, I don't know if you guys can see, but it moves around in the pan. So it's something you got to be very, very careful with because you don't want it to break. That's more what I'm worried about. So you don't have to cut the crease. I know I always do, but you can just pick your shade and kind of leave it a little blank there and just kind of press over top of it. It still gives a nice look. If you want that really clean line though, you kind of have to cut it. But for today, because I kind of want to go a little more neutrally, kind of basic-y look. But there we go. That's quite pretty. It's very more rosy color than what I was anticipating, but I'm not mad at it. Definitely something nice and easy for daytime wear, which we all need that in our arsenal too. Okay, so now I'm just going to go off camera. I'm going to do my foundation and my brows, and then I will be right back to finish our eye look. Okay, and here we are. I've got my foundation put on and my eyebrows done. So, for primer today, we are using the Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer. I'm almost done this one. It is just a putty balm that you put on before you put on your foundation. It has a wonderful scent, but I do find my oils break out with this when I'm using it for a longer period. It is not my go-to. For concealer today, we are using the Jeffree Star Cosmetics Magic Star Concealer in shade C4. I do like it. I do find I don't get the coverage I quite want with it. I find that my discoloration still peeks through, but I do enjoy the product. Okay, for setting powder, we are using Jeffree Star Cosmetics Magic Star Setting Powder in shade Rose. For foundation today, we are using the Urban Decay Stay Naked Foundation in color 20CP. And for my eyebrows today, we're using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow in shade Medium Brown. And to top it off, of course, we're using Charlotte Tilbury's Legendary Brows in shade Supermodel. Okay, so there we go. So that's all done now. So what am I going to do? I want to keep it a little lighter. So I don't think I'm actually going to use any eyeliner today. I think I'm just going to kind of leave it like this. I might put some of the darker shade down lower though, so let's do that. So I just want a kind of soft look today. I think I'm going to use this shade down here. It's called Off Balance. It almost looks like a muty purple, so let's see how that looks on. And I'm just going to use a smudge brush by e.l.f. These are great because they're just kind of small and they're really perfect for underneath the eye. So let's try this. See, I'm hoping it comes across a little more pinky than purple. So let's have a look, see how this works. I noticed in my other videos you couldn't really see when I was doing this. So I thought I would try using the higher mirror on the palette and see, hopefully if you could see me doing this a bit better. If you have any tips of like positions you'd like me to try to do my makeup on, please let me know. I'm doing this for you guys, also for myself, but I want you guys to enjoy it. So if there's something you see that I'm doing that you don't like or something that you think would be better, please comment down below. Let me know because we're learning together, right? And I want you guys to enjoy being here with me. Okay, so there's that color. And actually it is a little more purpley than the top color, so, but I don't mind it, but it definitely is a different color. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and take one of my color switches and just switch off that color. And see, it just takes off all the excess pigment, so you can pretty much use it again. Handy thing. All right. So that looks a little more purple, but I don't mind it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into this Momentum shade that we put all the way up to the brow. And I'm just going to dip into that. It is very soft too. It comes off really nicely. Hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing. And I'm just going to kind of blend that out a bit so it doesn't look quite so dramatic. There we go. And what I'm going to do now, because now I got all that color on, I'm just going to take a clean blending brush here. It's clean one though, and I'm just going to kind of buff it. See if I can diffuse the color a little bit. I don't want it so dramatic, so to speak. I think my problem is I don't like that one shade I got on. It's too purple. So what I'm going to do is take my color switch again. I'm going to take off that excess color. And I'm going to put on one of the colors we already have on, I think. So I think I'm going to take that Karma shade, that darker shade, and we're going to put that kind of over top of that other off balance shade. See if that will make it. Because I think that's kind of what's throwing me off. That shade is too purple and I'm not feeling it. And that's the great thing about makeup. You make a mistake, you could just quickly take it off and do it again. It's makeup, it's fun. Okay, yeah, see, that's already better, right? Okay, and then we'll just take the color switch again. Take off the excess pigment. Boom. And then we'll go back into that Momentum, that light shade, and we'll buff that out. Okay, and then we'll just take that clean brush again and kind of swirl that around a bit. Much better. I think that looks a lot better. Okay, so now what are we going to use for our inner corner and all that? Let's try that super glitter shade. Yeah? Do you have like a gold or a silver? We got kind of a rose gold thing here. But I think the silver one here will probably work best for the highlight. So it's called Super Moon. And I'm just going to use a clean, they call it shadow brush, but it's kind of flat on the edges. All right, let's see how that picks up. Well, it doesn't really seem to pick up much, but I'm not using any setting spray or anything, so let's try it. It's just pretty much a glitter, I think. I don't know. Yeah, it's just pretty much a straight up glitter from the looks of it. Okay, so let's try hitting it with a bit of setting spray and see if that'll make a difference. Like it is there, but it's not really as pigmented as I'd like it. So let's try a little bit in setting spray. I'll try again. Again, these glitters are so soft. All right, let's try that. A little better. Okay, I'm just going to put some under my brow. This might be, maybe I need a finger for it. Some of them you do. Doesn't really seem to make much of a difference. Okay, so there we go. That's that. You can kind of see it, but it's not as bright as I was hoping it was going to be. But it's definitely a chunky glitter shade, so. Okay, so I'm just going to get some mascara on, do my highlight and some lipstick, and I will be right back to show you the finished look. Okay, my darklings, and here is our finished look. So, to finish off the look, I'm using my mascara today. I'm using is Bad Gal Bang by Benefit Cosmetics in black. I know you can purchase this in a blue shade too, but I only have the black. Also with mascara, you will find I use the same one until the tube is empty. I don't like opening multiples because they dry out. And yeah, so I use one until it's empty. So you're going to see this for quite a bit. My eyelashes today are Kiss brand, and the style is called Pompadour. For highlight today, we are using Jeffree Star Cosmetics Skin Frost in Peach Goddess, and it is a nice, beautiful peach shade, and she goes on beautifully. Jeffree Star's highlights are some of my favorites, absolutely. And then for blush, as always, we are using our Jouer Rose Cut Gem Blush Palette. And today we are using the color Peach Quartz. Okay, so here's our finished look, all done. What does everybody think? So, the Huda Beauty Mercury Retrograde palette. It's not the look I had originally planned out. I planned out something more with taupees and browns, but I do like peaches, I like pinks, so this totally works for me. I do love the palette. I think it's got some real great neutral shades, but it also has great pops of color as well. You got some purples and some blues. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful palette. The mattes went on very, very well. They were really easy to blend out. The pigment was great. The shimmer, the one I used, this Galaxy one for my inner eyelid, went on really well. It did take a bit of finessing, and I do find, if you can tell by the palette, that's the only time I've used this, and there's like a bit of a dip in it already. The shimmer shades are very, very loose, and you have to be careful when playing with them. I will admit, this color Supermoon that we use for the inner corner and for the brow light highlight, I wasn't impressed with. It didn't really perform what I was hoping it would. It just looks chunky and glittery, and it's not what I was hoping for. It might be the type that also needs a glitter glue to really adhese, so that might be something you could think about when you do, if you do purchase this palette. But do I recommend it? Yeah, it's pretty good. It is an expensive palette. I believe, I want to say it was $80, but I'm not 100% sure, but I think it was 80. But it is an expensive palette, but the shades are beautiful. They perform well. If you can see yourself gravitating towards these shades, then by all means pick it up. But yeah, it's a lot more versatile than the other Huda Beauty palette I got, which was all mints, but I like mint, so it will work well for me, but not for everybody. Thank you for joining me today, my darklings. I hope you enjoyed this look. It's definitely not a typical look for me, but I quite enjoy it. It's nice. It's kind of light. It's more of a day-to-day look, and we need those as well, don't we? As always, you know where to find me. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram under Lady Mylita. And on Sundays, I always do my makeup with you guys on a live at 4:30 Eastern time. We do our makeup and we chit chat and we have a good time. And I hope you can join me there one time. Thank you for being with me today. Goodbye, my darklings.